Hey everybody, Tim here. I just kind of wanted to talk to you about what's happening with the $2,000 stimulus check in the U.S. Congress right now. Just as kind of a recap, last week both the House and the Senate passed a bill, a spending bill, not that was part stimulus and part just like operating money for the government, but as part of that, it included a $600 stimulus check to most Americans, most taxpayers. Um, and everybody expected President Trump to sign that. And then, just kind of out of nowhere, he comes out with this speech that was, I don't know, about 4 or 5 minutes, um, that just rips the bill apart. He talked about, how there's aid going to foreign countries and things like, spending on forests and trees and fish and game hatcheries and all kinds of things like that. And then he also said, $600 isn't enough. That's a ridiculous amount. We need to give the American people $2,000 or more. All right, so of course Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, Democrat, latched right onto that, and she said, "Oh yes, we are going to bring this to a vote. In fact, we're just going to do, basically a unanimous consent kind of vote. I can't think of what it's called, but where it's just as long as no one dissents, then we will just pass it like that." And of course, that didn't work. And so today, there has been some debate on the floor of the House. People sharing stories and kind of telling whether they're for or against. I will say, I think the majority of American people agreed with President Trump. We probably should not be sending massive amounts of aid to foreign countries when we have so many problems here at home right now. And of course, I think pretty well everyone agrees, aside from the most staunch conservatives, that $600 is nowhere near enough to make a difference. I mean, the thing that everybody's saying, and it's true, is that it will not even cover most people's rent for 1 month. You know, in many cases, people's rent is 3 times that, or and in a lot of cases, it's a whole lot more than that even. Um, just not enough. And I think Trump is right. And so today, the House, they did a vote, basically where if 2/3 of people or of the members of the House vote yes, then they could just go ahead and pass it. There was another option for a majority vote, but that's a longer process, and the goal is to get this through the House as fast as possible and get it to the Senate. Well, they took the vote, and there were pretty well all Democrats voted yes. I think there were one or two that voted no, but then there were also some Republicans who voted yes. That's not super unusual in the House, but it does show that at least there is some support for this sort of thing within the U.S. Congress and within the Republicans. It did pass, and so now it's going to go to the Senate. The Senate is in an interesting predicament. So, Mitch McConnell was just elected to, I believe, his seventh term. He knows what rides on the Biden presidency. If the Democrats are able to take the House, so in Georgia, there are a series of contested there's a runoff between Democrats and Republicans that in January will take place. Basically, they're going to determine whether it's come down to the state of Georgia to determine whether the Senate will be controlled by Democrats or Republicans. So this is the quagmire that McConnell is and the other Republicans in the Senate is in, or they're in. If they vote yes for this stimulus, the conservatives, the core conservative base in the state of Georgia, they could lose them. If they vote no on the stimulus, they're going to lose those kind of middle of the line voters. So, no matter what the Republicans decide to do with this stimulus bill, they're in a losing position because they're going to make somebody mad. Somebody's not going to vote for them, potentially. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next few days. You know, will it even make it to a floor vote? That's a whole other question. Is it just going to die? You know, and it is not popular to vote no against this stimulus with the American people right now because the great majority of the American people are for this. Of course, they're going to get a check in the mail. Why wouldn't they be? Um, so I don't have much else to say on that other than, you know, it has passed the House. It's now being sent to the Senate. Presumably, Trump will sign it if it does pass the Senate, although it's thought to be unlikely. Don't know if that's true or not. I mean, a lot can change with, you know, cajoling and you know, some shoulder rubbing and things that happen within politics. So, with that, I think I will let you go and talk to you later. Bye.